done. Can I start?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm done with writing draft. So first time I was confused with professor direction because he's mentioned that in the short video clip that do not write like esos or egos or pathos like a three like a things, right? So he wanted to like combine all things together and make a be organized. So that was really hard part for me to make the things organized, all things, three things together. So so my writing start with the intro like you did, like explain about titles and then just a little bit about the article. And then my body is, so I divided three part, which is like personal experience. So I wrote down about the personal experience, what the author, I mean the writer experience about things. And the second one was like there is a heroism and about what is like not the personal experience about the national united things. So I categorize that's the second part of that one. And then third one about I mentioned about the questions she brings about the writing. And then the conclusion is like all together. That's how I wrote the assignment.
I think it's
Nice.
pretty similar to mine.
Nice.
Already
Do you wanna
okay.
do you wanna tell us a little bit about yours?
Yeah. So first I went through like an introduction about the article and what I was going to talk about. Then I um talked about the separately about the logos, pathos, and ethos, around 2 paragraphs each, and just my thoughts at the end are gonna I don't have them yet. Then my conclusion also I'm working on it.
Nice.
Yeah, for now.
Do you have anything, Rand, to tell us about? How are you preparing yourself to write your analyzation or anything?
Well, organization, I was pretty much planning on doing the exact same Leo did. Obviously an intro, conclusion, like any other paper,
Mm-hmm.
1 to 2 paragraphs on each of the four appeals, and then like not a summary paragraph, but how the four blend with each other.
Right.
So, and then depending on how long that or short that ended up being, add and subtract
Mm-hmm.
where I need to. Yeah, I'm not going to get to it till like later this afternoon. I got a bunch of stuff to do this week.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm kind of also like so for just the same as all of you guys. I'm gonna have mine start with just an introduction first of all, and then I'm gonna start analyzing just basically the story and just using the terms of logos, ethos and kairos, just using all terms of them, and then it's not gonna be a summary as if all of you guys said. It's gonna be just kind of like conclusion, just adding everything together and just talking about everything just at once. That's how mine's going to be. Just give me one moment.
Are we all pretty comfortable with the four appeals? Like what they are? How would you find them, etc.?
So far, yes. If you just go through the assignment that was named, I believe it was 2 point something, the video that you had to watch from the
Mhm.
professor. He was explaining everything about all of these four terms. And if you still struggle or anything, you can just always go back to the textbook and read more about them.
So which one you guys like find the easiest to find to identify? Logos, ethos, pathos? Because to me, I think I sometimes confuse pathos and ethos. I don't know, they can be can be combined and sometimes get confused.
I would definitely
Yes.
say after reading the article, now I haven't written anything yet, but after reading the article, for me, definitely Pathos stands out a lot more since it seems like following this tragedy, assassination, using all the emotion and trying to turn that into something, which she ends up being like a huge like gun control advocate and starts a gun control organization, I believe, as well. So turning all of that emotion into something actionable
Hmm.
and right around, I feel like that's almost half of the article is how it's feeling and how it's affecting and things like that. So to me, I mean, that was very obvious. The pathos definitely stands out a lot.
Yeah, I would honestly agree with you because the story was kind of like about feelings and dramatic stuff. So I would agree with Pathos because it's kind of more like it can more be for feelings and like thesis stuff. So yeah, I would for sure agree with you.
For me,
And
pesos was really hard part to distinguish between I mean ASOS. ASOS was hard part to me to distinguish between pesos and ASOS. So for me, is ASOS is more like a feel like her background, like when I see the what she works before or something she can support her pesos that regards as a ASOS, but I'm still kind of confused with that one.
yeah, they're a little bit confusing,
Mm,
but just when you get used to them and you just
mm,
start using them a lot and read more about them, you'll just basically used to just understand them the right way.
Agree.
So now all we need is just we need one of us to just walk us through the assignment, just like reading the introductions and that everything that was described that we need to do for our mini assignment. And I wouldn't say I would read because my English reading is not the best, and I want to make sure that what I'm saying is clear. So, would one of you guys just read the stuff for us?
I can go through it.
Yeah, I think
Please.
Ryan is the best option.
Does everybody have it like up on their computer? So I don't necessarily have to read it word for word.
Yes, we do have it, all of
Yeah, I
us
have
on
it.
computer. You
mm,
don't have to read about, you don't have to talk about the late and the stuff and submitting and everything. No, just talk about like the actual assignment, how we need to do it, basically.
Yeah, so pretty much this is going to be a rhetorical analysis of the article that is attached to the same page that we've already read. This can be an MLA formatting, be roughly around 2.5 pages. He mentioned specifically not beyond 4 and around 3. So 2.5 is going to be your minimum here, 2.5 to 4. Spread it on Word. By the way, he mentions in the first week that he's had people. Do you guys use the application Word or like the in browser version?
Mm.
voucher for
Have
me.
you guys had problems submitting assignments and having something getting corrupted or anything like that?
Mm.
I have it.
Honestly, not. I use the application itself, and I have never had any issues with it, honestly.
Yeah. He mentioned that in the first week. I just thought that was weird. I've never heard of that before.
Hmm.
But yeah, now I'm using it so I don't lose my stuff.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, don't turn it in late. Should be specifically organized around the 4 appeals. Um, doesn't give any specific advice on how to organize, just that it should be around it. So it seems like from what we've described, what we're going to do or are doing right now
Hmm.
falls within that, as long as you are specifically mentioning these 4 appeals by name.
Hmm.
And a reminder, this is not an opinion piece. So try not to get political, just strictly judge it on the rhetorical analysis. And that is it.
Nice. I just wanted to also say something super quick about the way that we are supposed to be writing. So we just want to make sure that we are using the formatting that we were taught to use, which is if you guys give me 1 second, I just can. So
It's
you
Emily,
just
right?
you just start
Yeah.
with the name, with the professor name, the English, and the date, and the title has to be in the middle, and also the line has to be double, and the size is a 12, and the name of the it was the time something, I forgot what was it.
New Roman 12-point
Yep,
font.
yep,
Yeah, I
exactly.
mean, if you're a little bit confused on it, you can always just double check your success paper that we did last week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whatever you did right or wrong, he should mention it on there. Like I know, like I'm not
Right.
used to writing Emily at all, so he hit me like 6 times for an Oxford comma, and like I'm just gonna have to focus on that. But yeah, I
Right.
mean, he
Yep.
should have wrote if you messed some stuff up, especially with how he wants it.
Mm-hmm.
He would have wrote it on there.
Gotcha. And
Yep.
just the last thing, is everyone comfortable with what they're doing? Does anyone need to understand any specific thing?
I think I'm doing good for now on my paper, honestly.
Okay.
Just for the heads up, I was out of my writing, so I actually visit the writing center before I met you guys. So I think this is great way you wanted to check with your writing with the writing center. So there is like a page. You don't need to visit the writing center, so you can just meet them on the online. So make an appointment there. So it's really flexible.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can email them too and like send
Oh,
your
really?
paper to them like a
Mhm.
few days ahead of time, and they'll grade it and send it back to you. But I mean, you have to tell what your professor wants out of your paper,
Right.
but they'll do that for you too. I used that in the spring. It was pretty nice.
It's nice.
Yeah, to finish up the guidelines for this assignment, just specifically states it's not a summary, so don't really focus on what Giffords is saying, focus on the how they're saying it. And this does not need a works cited. Interesting note, but not a works cited page.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Hopefully you guys all do good in your assignment, and we'll see you in the next meeting, guys.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. Yep. See you guys.